That's awesome. Well, yeah, we could do some introductions. So I'm Danny. I'm the marketing director at WVBR 93.5 FM, Ithaca's Alternative.
Yeah.
Um, I'm a communication major. I was born in Colombia, but I grew up in Orlando, Florida.
Oh,
And
so
yeah.
cool.
Nice.
Nice one, Danny.
My name's Madeline. So I'm a sophomore at Cornell and I'm studying industrial and labor relations, but I'm not super passionate about it. It's just what's happening. But I'm from Ithaca, so I also go to school here. So I've been here for a long time. It's really good to talk with you guys today. I'm excited.
I'm super excited. My name's Rye. I play lead guitar in Luna Bay. We've got a little sign behind us, as you can see.
Oh,
Beautiful.
I like it.
It's the big bucks. I'm from Wales originally, but now living in London.
Yep. My name's Connor. I'm the lead singer in Luna Bay. I'm from London and I live in London. We both live together. Yeah.
Convenient then. I'm dead. I love the sign. I've actually been looking to get a neon sign of my own, but there's a lot of fishy places.
Yeah.
To be fair, we had a good sort of friends deal. One of his friends made it for us, which was
That's insane.
Yeah.
He's still a fishy bloke though.
No. I'm dead. Our first thing I wanted to ask you guys is kind of how you guys have been pandemic wise. Like, I'm sure things have changed, like as a band, having to do everything from a distance, and how are things over there in the UK with the coronavirus?
Wow, it's been a crazy year, isn't it?
It's been a crazy year.
It's been here. It's been really up and down. We had a sort of crazy period in March in the first lockdown we had, and we played a show back in February, and we were thinking, oh, okay, cool, we've still got shows coming up, and then coronavirus was popping up, and we were thinking, oh, it's not going to be a major thing. Then March hit, and we were in lockdown for 3 months, I think we were. And then we came out, and summer just made it a little bit easier. It was we couldn't really do anything, but just the sunshine and everything made it easier. So, and then we plummeted last month back into another lockdown. So it was kind of we
up
really
and down.
A roller coaster.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But by the second lockdown, we were living together.
Yeah.
So that's definitely helped.
Oh.
And
Definitely.
keep writing songs and churning out stuff and just fun.
Yeah.
And
What's
just
it like-
counter that depression from being in quarantine.
Yeah. What's it like being in a band together and living together? Like, are you closer, or do you need your space?
It's about the same, really.
Yeah, I mean,
there's not much has changed.
We kind of became friends as long as we've almost been in the band as well, haven't we?
Yeah, for sure.
I had the band with the drummer Alex, and then we found Sammy, the bassist, and Rye, and we joined, and we've just all been friends, really good friends since. So when I said I'm looking to move out, I want to get a place, and Rye was his tenancy was up where he was living, so he was like, I need a new place as well. I was just like, well, let's just move in together. It's perfect.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's beautiful.
Wouldn't have chosen to live with anyone else this year. Him and JJ are living right now. I'm very lucky.
That's endorsement. That's beautiful.
If this is on radio, you didn't see me wink just then.
Incredible. Well, I guess kind of going off that, you were mentioning all the shows you were doing, and you had a lot of stuff lined up, and you're still performing in February. And I know based on what I was kind of looking up, you've been doing a lot of shows in the last couple of years. Your music career has really been picking up, and you just hit 1 million streams, right, for Call the Night on Spotify in August. That's really cool. So what has it been like kind of building that momentum while also dealing with COVID and kind of the cognitive dissonance that goes with that, I guess?
Yeah, I think when we finished 2019, we did a headline tour around the UK, and it just felt like we kind of came off that and we were like, whoa, right, we're going to just keep going now. Next tour, let's plan it and let's just keep going. And then when lockdown happened, it was like everything, it's for every band as well. It's like everything was sort of just taken away from you, and you were just like, where do we go from now? We've got no live to fall back on or anything. So it was just, and then even we had studio time booked for April, that got cancelled. And so we had nothing. We were like, we're going to lose momentum because we haven't got the songs to now go and record and no shows. So we had to kind of improvise a little bit. We recorded some stuff at Rise and we put it out, and it was just sort of home recordings, more like demos. And we did that. And then, yeah, we luckily got in the studio in July, and we went and recorded with a really good producer called Larry Hibbert. And we just did 2 songs, and it just kind of gave us another extra boost to keep going. Otherwise, it was like, we were sitting there like, are we done? Oh, is this over? Like, what's going on?
I think Spotify has helped massively for us, and we've been really lucky with Spotify and the amazing people that work behind the scenes there. So like we've got, well, Jordan, our guy that put us in touch.
Yeah,
he's been incredible. We love him so much. And Alison, yeah, she's been amazing. Head of rock at Spotify. She's championed the band, and we're so grateful.
That's awesome. It's funny, yeah, because I don't really know how you guys met Jordan and everything, because I was just thrown into an email chain, so I was like, oh.
Yeah, I mean, funny with Jordan, I remember. So he kind of just came across us one day. He said like while he was at Spotify, he would be looking into like sort of new submissions and stuff, and he would listen to like thousands and thousands of songs like every day, just kind of like sift through them and stuff. And ours was, and in this big block of like a folder, ours was like just near the top, and he said he just happened to hear it and like it and put it in like playlists and stuff, and he messaged us and was like, hi guys, I really like the song. And then he came to the UK and we met up with him, went to Wagamama's,
went out for dinner with him,
and
met his wife. Oh yeah,
he's
so nice.
He's great. He's absolutely great.
And he went to your uni, right?
Yeah, he did. So he's our, basically we work with alumni a lot, and so he's kind of like the head of the alumni for the radio station. Yeah,
that's nice. Cool. And how long have you been working with the radio station?
So this is my 3rd year now. Where so yeah, I just started like as a DJ, and then last year I was marketing director and also the training and recruitment director. But that was a lot, basically training every single DJ that went on air, and and just now I was supposed to be studying abroad in France, so I gave up that position. Obviously, studying abroad didn't happen, but so I'm just focusing on marketing.
Oh wow! And what about you, Madeline?
Oh, I just joined last semester. I'm from Ithaca, but I took a gap year and I kind of did an exchange program and then came back to it, and I kind of didn't know what to get into first semester, and then I really started listening to a lot of music and became passionate about music for the first time and kind of was discovering that, so I really wanted to get more involved, and
amazing.
Yeah, here we go.
And she's doing such a good job, you know.
Oh, that's so good. Look at you holding it down.
Just talk with everyone. Oh, it's so cool. So I want to know more about the like happy stories. What about that tour? What was some of your favorite moments from that? Because I saw you did like a show at O'Mara. Is that how you say it, in March? And
oh yeah, so we did that show in O'Mara, and then later on in the year we did a show in London at a place called Scala.
Yeah, that was the big one, right?
That was the big one, yeah, and that was the best.
That was a highlight of our life, I think.
Yeah,
well, so far.
So far.
So far.
Yeah, so far.
It was amazing.
It was great. It was like, it felt like, I mean, every headline show is kind of the scariest thing you can kind of do, because it's totally down like for you to sell the tickets. Really, it's like people coming to see you. So when we were doing that venue, it was like, oh god, this is big for us. And
people were chanting our name before we got
came
on
out,
stage.
and it was it was crazy. It was the best gig we've played so far. Yeah, definitely.
But the best tour story, hands down, was we were traveling into Scotland. Was it? We were traveling into Scotland, and they were going to like search the tour van and stuff. And our tour manager Marcus was driving, and they like stopped us, and they like asked us what we're up to. We said we're a touring band, and then he was just like, okay, no worries, yeah, carry on through. And Marcus was like,
this was like high security sort of checkpoint as well.
And he was like, all right, okay, no worries. And he started to go forward, but he's obviously a bit nervous, like no need to be at all, but pulled the van twice. And the guy just went, I'm going to do a really bad accent now, but he just sniggered and just went, well, I hope your music's better than your driving.
Hey. We also it was last tour as well. It's in just before it's after Scala. We had one day off and we had 1 day left of the tour in Paris, and we literally were leaving. We stayed in London, didn't we? And we had a day off and it was great. It was really nice. And then we got in the van, we drove down to Dover or Folkestone, where the Channel Tunnel is to France. And we were literally just about to drive onto the train. And we were all kind of mucking about in the van. Marcus was like the dad trying to keep us all like, yeah.
Tour manager again.
And then just next thing,
passport control.
We were at and then Alex, our drummer, just threw the passport at me as I turned around, and he split the underneath of my eye open, and there was just blood everywhere. And we got escorted out by security just before we were getting on to the Eurotunnel. We got straight to A&E, had to be patched up, and I played that gig in Paris just with the biggest black eye I'd ever had.
Probably like really respected you though. They were like, wow, they're intense, like they're hardcore.
And that's the thing, it was like, yeah, we got there and everyone was like, whoa, have you been in a fire? You must look really hard. I was just like, no, it's a passport to the eye. And it was like, how did you do that?
Yeah.
You gotta make up the story, you know?
Make up an elaborate story.
So good.
I'm screaming. That sounds so scary. The eye.
I remember it happening, and I held my hands like this, and I was like, I can't see, and they were like, oh, stop it, what are you talking about? And I kind of went like this, and he was sitting next to me, and he was like, I'm gonna be sick. And then my tour manager was like, oh my god, we need to get out. And then everyone was just screaming, so I just thought my eye was hanging out or something. I was like, what do you mean? I was like, tell me.
I had to get out the car and just lie on the grass. Thought I was throw up because it looked so gross.
You don't even have the injury. You're just like there.
Yeah, I'm just watching.
Yeah. I was going over to him like, you okay, mate? Just breathe. It's always some fun stuff on tour. It's great. Really, really fun.
You are both welcome to join us next time for the event.
Love to. I haven't been to London in a while, so.
Yeah, come on through.
Yeah, the only place in America I've been to is Orlando, and I went to
That's very ironic. St. Pete, you said?
St. Pete's Beach.
Yeah.
That was lovely. That was really cool.
Good. Or what are the odds? Orlando's the one place. Makes sense. Did you go for Disney?
We went for Disney it was with my family. We went for Disney for like 3 days, and then went over to St. Pete's for a bit. We dropped over to Tampa as well for a little bit, which was cool. Saw Tampa Rays baseball, and but I heard they suck. Like I bought a shirt and everything, and I got back to the hotel, and the guy was like, "You didn't buy a Tampa Rays shirt." I was like, and he was.
I mean, for the memories, you know.
Yeah,
I personally love.
Your friends probably wouldn't know either.
Yeah, exactly.
Back here, and everyone was like, "Oh, that's a really cool shirt." I was like,
I don't even. I'm from Florida, and I don't even know how good they are. So you're
we're good.
Literally, I don't know. We're more of like Orlando Magic, the basketball team people, but anyway, Florida's not too exciting. You're fine.
Oh, I'd love to. I need to see America. Need to.
Where would you go? Dream tour in the US. Where do you want to come?
Oh, dream tour in the US. What's that?
God.
I'd go anywhere they'd let me, to be honest. Give me the visa, I'm coming.
Yeah. I think it would be like a dream to just tour just from one side to the other, just go straight through. So yeah. I'd love to play in New York, definitely as well. 100% love to play in New York.
What's that famous venue, the Troubadour?
Is it is that in LA?
Don't know.
There's one in New York.
There's a lot.
I mean, the biggest one I can think of is like Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. There's like a kind of small is it Amityville?
Maybe that sounds familiar.
There's one I usually see quite a lot of like UK bands go over and play, and I'm always like, jealous. I want to play that one. It might be really small, just a little bar.
Anywhere.
But yeah, anywhere would do.
Yeah, there's a lot. I mean, definitely depends, but that's a good thing about New York, that there's like every size possible. So it's like if you can't afford Madison Square Garden, like there's definitely a lot more options.
Yeah, definitely.
Literally.
I'd
And
love to play Red Rock Canyon one day. I know that's somewhere else. What a venue.
That's on the
island.
Where?
Colorado, Red Rock.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I think Colorado, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a dream come true.
Incredible.
But well, it will be when it happens.
It's gonna happen. We're manifesting. And I was actually interested, is there a story behind the name Luna Bay?
So I think when I started the band, like, kind of had it in my head, I really wanted to call it something with Luna, because I've written songs from quite sort of like my early teens and stuff, and then I had this one song called Luna, and I was like, oh yeah, I really like that name and everything. And it wasn't really like, I just thought, oh, I don't want to call the band just Luna. And then we kind of met up with Rye, and we didn't have the full name there. And then he's from a place in West Wales called Cardigan Bay.
Represent.
So I was just like, let's nick that bay. That will do. Easy band name, done. Right.
Sign the contract.
You got a connection to the past. You got a connection to each other. It works. It's beautiful.
Yes.
Oh, beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you. And then we got tour tats with the Luna stuff. I've got a little present. Classic, cheesy basic.
I love it.
I also really want to hear, just before our time is up, I saw on your Twitter that you're going to play a socially distanced but like live show.
Yeah.
In January. Like, how? Like, tell me a little bit about that, because I want to know, because that just seems like impossible.
Of the world right now,
isn't it?
So it's there's a company called Independent Venue. It's part of Independent Venue Week, and I mean, I'm not sure what it's been like in America, but with lots of the venues here have just been closing down, just left, right, and center, and it's been such a shame, because losing these type of venues they're like the stepping stones for the bigger venues for these bands to do it. It's like you're just leaving no venues for the bands in between to kind of grow. So
rites of passage.
Yeah, so it's been a real shame, and so it's kind of like awareness and just raising money as well for these venues. And we're playing a really, really great venue called Lafayette, and there's a station called King's Cross. I think it's part of, you might know it from the Harry Potter films and stuff like that. So basically it's just pretty much, I think it's underneath one of the either St. Pancras or King's Cross.
I'm not sure. And
it's about 600 cap normally, but I think it's about like 120 socially distanced.
With like tables.
With tables sort of set out and stuff. So it's going to be really interesting. We're really kind of excited and nervous, because we've never done anything like this before.
We're still going to rock out. I'm going to go crazy. I can't wait to see it.
It's just show, right? Since February?
It's January the 31st.
Yeah, yes. But like the first show since this past.
Oh, sorry, yeah, which is pretty much a whole year, which is so weird.
Yeah, if people are feeling down or not, we're gonna be sweaty on stage.
Yeah, we'll still do it. Yeah, definitely. But it's gonna be really good. Like, it's something we've never done before, but I think everyone's got to adapt at this moment, and everyone's got to do something. So
it'll be a fun experience. And something like without. It's out of the picture here. It's like that. At least how is it? Getting the vaccine sooner and are taking care of yourselves, because here.
How has it been? Like, how's university been with everything? Have you been quite locked down, or?
We've had a pretty unique experience at Cornell, because Ithaca is a really small city, very rural, and it's obviously like, you know, Ivy League fancy, so they have the money. So they were able to, and there's also a vet school here at Cornell that has its own like system. So we were able to come up with our own testing site. So all the students that were able to come back to campus and decided they wanted to were able to come. And we're here from August, like late August until late November. So we got tested twice a week. We had limited in-person classes, but a lot of our classes were online. But a lot of students came back to campus, you know. So it's a different life, but it was still like we still had some sort of experience, which is really cool. But it's a very unique situation. It's not very easy to replicate. So, and there's a lot of privilege that's associated with being able to be in the situation that we're in, which is, I mean, pretty incredible in some ways, but also like, oh my goodness, you know. So I don't know. I'm very grateful for it, but it's different. It's a unique year.
Wow. That blows my mind. It sounds like doing better than
the whole UK. Yeah. It's like Ithaca's got it down.
Yeah, honestly, Ithaca, but that's it. That's it. Outside of Ithaca.
That's why we're still in Ithaca. That's why I'm still here.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I'm in Ithaca, not Florida, you know? Like,
yeah.
No, it's not better to be here.
So what else is coming up? You know, tell us about the music you're writing or working on, or what do you want to leave us with as the big thing?
We've got
new single
coming out.
It's my favorite one.
Yeah. Yes. It's definitely, I think it's my favorite as well.
Oh, you heard it here first.
But it's coming out, we're thinking Feb time.
Feb, yeah.
And we're back in the studio, hopefully Feb as well. So we're just gonna try and take 2021 just like without the live side. We're just gonna blast it with songs and just keep releasing and stuff. I mean, we've had some like here, like with Radio 1. Do you guys
BBC Radio 1. They played one of your songs, right? Like it was Operator, right?
That's right. Yeah, it was our latest single, and I mean, it's so good to have their support. It's amazing. This guy, DJ Jack Saunders, he's been amazing playing our songs, and so yeah, it's just going to be new songs next year, 2021 February. We're going to go and record the new stuff, and yeah.
I guess while it's the digital age as well, we've also started a mailing list, which is well fun, which we're like in charge of. So like this Lunar Bay UK. I think that's it. I think that's just on our website. You sign up and people can email us as well, and we can write back and start having correspondence and just getting to know people that listen to the music and stuff.
Yeah.
And we welcome that so much. So while we're like not meeting people at gigs, let's meet people on email.
Definitely.
Yeah, true. That's smart. I don't see a lot of artists doing that, and I kind of wish that was more of a thing to exactly have that one-on-one.
Yeah. Oh, we love it. We just love meeting.
Because you miss that's the thing, like you said, you miss it at gigs. You haven't got that kind of social interaction where you're meeting fans and you're talking to them, like, and they're coming out to support you, and you're just playing the songs they want to hear and stuff. So it's the only way, I guess, at the moment we can do it until things are back to normal.
So hit us up, lunarbay.uk.
Write it down. We'll throw it in there.
But yeah, we'll shout it out.
New decade, you know? New year, new decade.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. Leaving 2020 in the past.
Swiftly.
I did have one last question. So Ithaca, for the day you guys come eventually, is you'll find that it's very like artsy and quirky and stuff, and it's different than surrounding towns, I'd say. And you know, we have a good music scene, which is why WVBR is so like key to, it's so connected with our community. So I guess what would you guys say for a piece of advice to like a local Ithaca musician that's just like starting on their music journey?
Well, I mean that's one thing. Starting musicians, especially in this time, I mean, in a way, it's probably one of the hardest times you could start a music career right now. I mean, but at the same time, do it, yeah, because
go for it.
If you want to do it, you've just got to go for it, and you've got to put everything into it. You've got to treat it like a business, reinvest in it all the time. Like if you get money for a gig, then put that money aside for new equipment, or maybe like advertising for your new song, or going to record and stuff. And then just things start to grow and they build on each other. If you just keep reinvesting in it and putting time into it as well, it's surprising how quick things can kind of just quickly stack up and grow.
Yeah, I read a nice quote like that. They were saying like it's hard to make money anyway. So if you had all the money in the world, what would you spend your time doing? And for like me, it's 100% music. So like, just persevere.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And get some rock star shades like these.
While you're at it.
I like it.
Yes, you've got some. Yes, she's got some. Where's the cat? The cat needs some as well.
Gotta switch them out,
I don't know if you can see her.
Oh yes! Look at that. Pow, 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 pow. You're already on your way. You just need to put a song on Spotify now, and you'll be flying.
Profile picture right here. Only problem, I can't see anything.
I'm screaming.
There we go.
We'll have to get both of you on your like Instagram handles so we can.
Yes.
Let me put in the chat.
Yeah, man. Put it in the chat. That'd be wicked. Thanks so much, and thank you both so much for this.
Thank you.
So lovely. This is so nice.
Thanks for taking the time on us. That's so nice.
I mean, it's much more on you than us because it's like what, like 12 there.
It's not too. We usually night owls. We're good.
So just making sure. Yeah, I knew it was a little annoying to like set it up so late, but I'm glad you guys committed.
No. Honestly, it's worked out well for us.
Perfect.
We're usually up at this time.
Yeah, it's like here. You can imagine being.
No, thanks so much, Danny.